Hey, I'm back. Welcome back to Series 5 of CoParenting with Phancee Mediation. Today we're going to talk about how do you co-parent with a toxic ex and things that you should consider before you completely say, I'm done. First off, I want to commend those parents that are still trying to co-parent in spite of all of the circumstances that are being thrown their way. I want to commend you for not giving up. You have clearly a special kind of strength that is allowing you to endure whatever that you are going through. For those parents that have just given completely up, I'm not here to judge you, because I know firsthand that more than likely you did everything in your power to stick it out and nothing worked. Before you decide that you want to walk away from a toxic co-parenting situation, I want you to consider that the child that you are walking away from is in the middle of a nasty battle amongst the parents. I want you to first consider that. After you have considered that and you can find that it's not the child, it is completely the other parent, that should give you more strength to be in that child's life, because you know that you are contributing greatness to this child. For those of you who are co-parenting with a toxic ex where the child has picked up a lot of their bad habits, they have completely brainwashed the child, you are still able to co-parent with them. You know why? Because you understand that most of the behavior from the child is because the other parent because of the other parent's bad influences. Another thing you can consider when co-parenting with a toxic ex: if the brainwashing of that child is not affecting your mental state, your emotional state, your physical being on this earth, your finances, and all of that, you're good. It's a situation where, you know what, you do what you can for that child while you're there, and then you send them on their way. Another situation: if you're co-parenting with a toxic ex that has completely brainwashed that child, and that child has no respect for you, that child comes to your home and turn it upside down, and you have exhausted every option possible to be part of this child's life, and your last resort was to walk away, I commend you. Because no one deserves to be in a situation where you're having to co-parent with someone that is affecting your whole being on this earth. So yes, I give you permission to let that situation go, because one day that child will get old and hopefully that child will see the error of their ways. But if they do not, always remember that you did your best, and there is nothing more that you could have done to change the outcome of why you walked away. Another reason why a lot of parents, a lot of people don't co-parent, because it gets to a point where you feel like the child just don't even like you. And I want you to also consider that child don't like you because they have another parent that's brainwashing them. So guess what? It's fine that this child don't like you. That's fine. You ain't got to like me. But let me tell you what you are going to do. You are going to respect me. If you don't like me, you better not let me know that you don't like me. Because the day that you, as a child, let me know that you don't like me because of something that other toxic parent is telling you, that is the day that I walk completely out of your life. Parents, let me tell you something. A lot of times you look at the news, you read the statistics of children that grow up without their parents. And you start to have a soft spot in your heart for those children. You start to feel like, you know what? Those children deserve a life. Let me be part of it. Do not lose yourself in the process. Because sometimes there is nothing that you can do to correct the outcome of what that child is going to go through. Do not sit up there and, force yourself to be in someone's life that you already know is going to cause you undying and emotional stress. Do not do it. I'm not going to encourage you to do it. Co-parenting is great. One of the best gifts that you can give your children. But co-parenting is not great when you got another parent that is constantly trying to destroy your relationship with their child and trying to destroy you as a person. That's where all bets are off and co-parenting goes out the window. I don't care if a judge is watching this. I don't care if the president is watching this. No one deserves to go through an emotional situation because there are no laws that are really designed and actually being followed that will actually give real consequences to the parent that is causing undue stress in a family dynamic, that is causing that child to have mental issues, that is causing that child to have emotional issues, that is learning that child the art of manipulation. No one deserves to have to parent with someone with that behavior. Now, you can sit up here and you can say, oh my God, I can't believe she said it. I said it, and I stand by it. I stand by it. You know why? Because I have personally experienced it firsthand. And I know that if someone else is going through what I personally went through, my heart goes out to them, that they are still even sticking it out. Because the problem that you're going to encounter is those people do not change, because those people are emotionally fragile. They are suffering from childhood issues from their own life. They are suffering from past relationship issues that was not successful. They are suffering, and they are not even getting the counseling that they need to even get on the right path. A lot of parents truly need to be medicated. And because you have parents that don't feel like nothing is wrong with them, they go unmedicated, they go untreated, and you know who that affects? That affects the parent who had the child with them, and that affects the child. And if you're a step parent, it affects you too. And if you have children, it affects them too. So all of those people is being affected by one person's inability to see fault in their own reasoning, unlogical reasoning of how they think, of how they want to parent, on how they want to be in control of everything that has to do with their child. That's a problem. I want to thank you for listening, and I pray that if you are in a situation like this, that you find the strength to put yourself first. Sometimes this is bigger than the child, because if your mental state and your emotional state has been affected, you have to understand that, number one, your children is going to see it, and you cannot parent anyone effectively if you allow other people to come in and affect your mood and alter the way that you think. Thanks for listening.